Arjun's mother never moved his shoes. Even after years passed, they stayed near the doorway, a little dusky, a little worn, just how he left them. His mother believed he would need them again someday. People thought she had gone mad with grief, but no, she was just a mother holding on to the last piece of her son. Arjun Sharma was not famous, not a hero in history books, just a boy from a small town near Amritsar. He was 22 with soft eyes and a laugh that filled the house. He was the kind of person who knew exactly how to calm his mother's anger and make his little sister laugh until she cried. He helped the neighbors, watered the plants, and always made sure his father's old radio was working. He had very simple dreams. He wanted to get a job in railways, save enough to buy a scooter, and take his family to Shimla. He loved his mother's mango pickle and used to fight with his sister over the last piece of barfi. Life was very ordinary, but it was full of warmth until the later came. It was December 1971. War between India and Pakistan was growing. Arjun was already part of the army, newly trained, full of pride. The order came. He was posted to the front lines. The mood in the house suddenly changed. Silence took over. His mother packed his bag slowly, touching each item like it was a part of him. That morning was the last time he had breakfast at home. Arjun didn't eat much that day, just nibbled on a piece of toast while his mother quietly kept refilling his cup with hot tea, as if that would keep him home much longer. His father Raghunath tried to act very strong, kept telling him to serve bravely, but the way his hand trembled while adjusting Arjun's shoulder badge said everything his lips could not. His sister Meena followed Arjun everywhere that morning. Watch him as he tied his shoelaces, pack his bag, tuck in his shirt neatly like always. She kept asking him to promise he would be back before her birthday. He smiled, bent down, and tied a red ribbon around her wrist. This is your Rakhi gift in advance, Meena. I will come back with lots more. The ribbon stayed on her wrist for months after. Before leaving the house, Arjun touched his father's feet, hugged his sister, and looked at his mother for a long moment. She handed him a small jar of pickle. He laughed. Just one jar, Ma? She didn't answer. She was holding back her tears. No one wanted to say goodbye, so they didn't. He simply walked out the door. They all believed he would return. He had to. When Arjun stepped out that day in uniform, the entire lane came out to see him off. Savitri, Arjun's mother, stood at the doorway long after he left, clutching his half-finished cup of tea, now cold. She didn't even cry, not yet. She just stood there, and as if time had stopped. That night, she didn't sleep. She sat by the window the whole night, staring at the road, hoping he would return to say he forgot something. The days that followed were heavy and long. The radio became the family's lifeline. Every news brought fear to them. Heavy shelling on both sides, losses on both sides. Soldiers were dying. Each time the word loss was mentioned, Savitri would clutch Arjun's photo tightly. Raghunath, who once read the newspaper every morning with pride, now turned its pages with shaking hands. Meena, too small to understand strategy or borders, kept writing letters to her brother, drawing flowers and hearts on them, asking her father to post them, but no reply came. Arjun's mother stopped cooking his favorite dishes from that day onwards. What if he smells the food from far away and thinks we are happy without him? She would say, forcing a bitter smile. Arjun's room was kept exactly the same. His shoes polished, his books dusted, his diary placed perfectly on his desk. Even the doll he used that last morning still hung on the same hook, untouched. And then one day the telegram arrived. It came on a quiet afternoon. A man knocked on the door and handed it over without saying a word. The words were very simple, dry, and cruel. Lieutenant Arjun Sharma, martyred in the line of duty, December 16, 1971, Dhaka. That was it. No details, no last words, no belongings returned, no body. Just a line that broke the hearts of everyone who loved him. Savitri collapsed. Her scream was unlike anything anyone had ever heard. Raghunath didn't cry. He just stood there, eyes blank, arms fallen to the side, as if someone had taken the life out of his bones. Meena ran to Arjun's room and shut the door. She didn't open it for hours. When she finally did, she was holding Arjun's photo and the red ribbon he had tied on her wrist before leaving. Her childhood had ended in one sentence. His father, once strong and proud, began to look older by day. He would stare at Arjun's photograph for hours, as if waiting for it to speak. The house remained frozen in time. Even years later, the pain lingered. The smell of toast would bring tears in their eyes. The sound of boots in parade would make Savitri run to the door. And every Independence Day, the family sat together, not in celebration but in silence, remembering the son they gave to the country. Years passed. Meena grew up, got married, moved out. But every time she visited, she sat near the doorway and looked at those shoes. She couldn't move them either. Her son once asked, "Why do these old shoes stay here?" She just replied, "They belong to a boy who promised to come back." And now, decades later, in 2025, we hear the same words again. Tension at the border, troop movement, wars everywhere, people dying. Nothing has changed. We are caught in the same circle again. New names, new uniforms, but the same pain. Somewhere right now, another young boy is packing his bags. Another mother is folding his clothes with trembling hands. Another sister is trying a thread with hope in her heart. Now I ask you, what did this war truly give us? Borders? Flags? Pride in a victory? Yes, maybe. But it also took Arjun, and thousands of Arjun from thousands of homes. And we sitting far away often forgot. We watch the news, shake our heads, scroll past, and move on with our day. But imagine, just for a moment, what it's like to live in a worry, not for a day or two, but for years. Imagine the mother whose heart skips a beat every time the phone rings, the wife who pretends to be strong in front of her children but cries quietly at night, the child who waits by the gate every evening, hoping today is the day Papa will return. We all get frustrated when our loved ones are late for just an hour. We feel anxious when we are waiting for a call. That slightly delay, just a tiny moment of knowing, eats us completely from the within. Now imagine living like that every single day, for months, for years. Some family haven't heard a word from their son or husband in weeks. They don't sleep, they barely eat. They carry on the trembling hope that the door might knock, that the letter might arrive, that he might still come back. The truth is, we can't even begin to imagine their pain, their patience, their sacrifice. We can't measure the weight of the silence they carry. Their whole life becomes a waiting room, and every smile they wear in public is just a curtain hiding a storm inside. So, what can we do? What can be done here? Least we could do is be kind. We don't need to wear a uniform to protect our country. We can protect the humanity around us. We can speak gently. We can respect those who serve. We can stop complaining about small things. We can notice others' silent pain. The next time you meet someone whose family is in the army or who lost someone in war, don't just say sorry and move on. Look into their eyes. Acknowledge what they carry. Sit with their silence and respect it. Because behind every soldier standing at the border in a circle of silence warriors, mothers, wives, children, saints in the mountains, protecting us in ways we will never fully understand. Let's not forget them, and let's not forget to be human.